I want to propose something to you guys today. Today, we're going to start a new journey today, together. And that journey is, I am going to become a marathon runner. This is something I've been thinking about for a long time. This is something that I've tried to do before. And I didn't have the tools previously. I did not have the tools to achieve the things that I wanted to do. Not only am I going to be a marathon runner, but I'm going to take that and I'm going to run with it as far as I possibly can. I want to win marathons. I don't want to just be able to complete one. I want to win marathons. I want to compete in marathons. So, why am I saying this? The reason that this pertains to this channel so much is because this is a new realization that I've had with our lives. Life is not difficult. Wow, what a bombshell. What an interesting thing to say, because everybody believes it to be otherwise, but it's true. Life is not difficult. Life is actually extremely simple. Life is actually easy. And the reason I say that is, we as people have this condition that we suffer from. And that condition is that we trick ourselves psychologically into believing that everything is difficult. We believe that this world requires hard work. We believe that this world requires strain, stress. It requires exhaustion in order for us to get by, in order for us to achieve things. And this is not the case. What happens to us is that we focus too often on the collective of what our goals and what our aspirations mean that we need to do. So if I say today that I want to run a marathon, the first thing that would come to mind naturally is all of the steps that I'm going to have to take in order to be able to get to the point where I can run a marathon. It's going to be all of the days of training, all of the nights that I have to get good sleep and rest, all of the meals that I'm going to have to prepare, all of the work that I'm going to have to do, all of it. I'm thinking about it right now. But what do I really have to do in this present moment? If I'm completely here and now and I'm thinking about my life today in this moment, I don't have to do any of that. All I have to do is put on my clothes, go outside, and run. That's it. And I have to do that again tomorrow and the next day. Maybe take a day off and then do it again tomorrow, the next day. You see, but I don't need to think about that right now. All I need to do right now to put myself on this journey, to put myself on this path that I'm trying to go down, is simply take the first step. I simply need to run. And that goes with everything that you want to do in your entire life, anything that you can think of. All you have to do is start. And it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't have to be something big. If you want to be a musician, pick up your guitar. Start singing a note. Record something. Just do something small. The point is that our lives do not have to be difficult and full of giant insurmountable obstacles. And it doesn't matter what it is. It's not even just your aspirations, but the things that you need to get done in your life. If you have like a bunch of bills to pay and stuff, you need to just slow down and take it step by step. And most importantly, these two character traits that I'm going to talk about are the two most important things that you could ever develop in your life as a person. Actually, let's make it three. These three character traits that I'm going to talk about. Most important things that you could ever develop in your entire life. They will open up your entire world. Consistency, commitment, patience. Consistency, commitment, and patience. Those are the three most important things that you could ever do for yourself. With those three character traits, you will achieve anything that you put your mind to. With those three character traits, anything that you can possibly imagine doing in your entire life, you will do. That's it. Patience, consistency, and commitment. By deciding every single day that you are going to be committed, consistent, and patient, everything will come to you. And it becomes undifficult. It becomes easy. It becomes simple. If I want to get really good at guitar, per se, what do I have to do? I have to pick up a guitar, and start playing it. If I'm trying to learn a song and it's really difficult, I'm having a hard time learning the song. Man, the song is so hard to play. Slow down. Slow down, take your time. If you're trying to learn a solo and it's a really difficult solo to wrap your head around because you're trying to play it quickly, you're trying to play it at the speed that the person plays it in the song, slow it down. It doesn't matter how slow you have to get. That's where patience comes in. That's patience. The patience comes in when you are able to slow yourself way, way, way down. You see, because if something is difficult, the reason that it's difficult for you is that you're trying to do it too quickly. 99% of the time, you're trying to do whatever it is too quickly. You have to physically slow yourself down. Take your time. So if you're trying to learn how to play a solo, play it one note at a time, one note every 2 seconds if you have to. Just be patient. Because in a week, say you were doing that for a week consistently with commitment, you'll be playing it twice as fast. And another week, you'll be playing it 3 times as fast. And before you know it, you'll be playing it just as fast as the person that you're trying to replicate. You see? And that's how every single thing in your life works. Everything. It doesn't matter. You can apply that principle to every single aspect of your life. And one of the biggest originators, one of the biggest sources of problems or issues, difficulty that we see in our lives is that we are constantly setting up deadlines for ourselves. My microphone is still on. Yeah, it's still on. So one of the biggest sources of difficulty and hardship in our life is deadlines and time. Right? We give ourselves a deadline, or we're given a deadline to complete said task. Like, I want to have this much money in 5 years, or I want to have. But the thing is, set your deadline. That's fine. Having a deadline is fine. But stop thinking about it. If you want to run a marathon next year, right? Say I have exactly 365 days to run a marathon, right? All I have to do is be consistent, committed, and patient. And if in a year I'm not capable of running a marathon, then it was not possible. It was not possible for me to do that because there was nothing else I could have done. You see? Do you see what I mean? There was nothing more that I could have done other than being consistent, committed, and patient to learning, to adjusting my body, training myself to run that marathon. There was nothing more I could have done. And so there are only 2 kinds of situation that we find ourselves in this life. One is simple and the other is impossible. Those are the 2 kinds of situations that you can find yourself in life. Either simple or impossible. So if you have a deadline, do not rush yourself. Because rushing yourself will achieve nothing. Making yourself rush will not, you have to extrapolate to whatever this applies to for you in your life. You have to extrapolate. But when you have a deadline, rushing to get things done before that deadline will not help you. Because what's going to happen is you're going to end up with an incomplete product or an lower quality version of what you were trying to accomplish within that deadline. And instead, if you were consistent, committed, and patient, you will either achieve exactly what you wanted within that timeline, or you will find that achieving what you wanted in that timeline was impossible for you in that point. And so if you have a job and you have to complete this task by this time, people might get mad at you. Like, this is the thing. You have to learn this because other people, what you're understanding right now, if you're still watching this, I think that you're understanding what I'm saying. Other people are not going to understand this because other people are still wrapped up. People are still wrapped up in this illusion in their head that everything is about hard work and racing to the finish line. The majority of people still believe that, still think that way, right? And so other people might get mad at you at your job. But this is your road, not anybody else's, your road to the best version of yourself, the best version of who you are, your higher self, what your higher self wants for you. And so commitment, consistency, and patience. Those 3 things are going to bring you everything. Because if you're at your job and you have to have something done within a certain time, and you exhibit those 3 personality traits, those 3 character traits within that time frame, and it still isn't done, there's nothing else you could have done. You see, because if you had instead chose to rush and put all this energy in sprint towards the race, towards the end, you would have produced something that was less than what you were capable of anyway. You see, and so maybe it might be that your job at the job that you're at is not suited to your skill set, or that you just have not become proficient at whatever it is that you're doing yet, to the point where, or it might be that your job is expecting too much of you, or that you're expecting too much of yourself. If it's your own personal deadline, you're expecting too much. People often they overestimate what they're capable of doing in a day, and so disappoint themselves, but they underestimate what they're capable of doing in an extended period of time, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. And so they worry themselves. They make themselves believe that they're not going to achieve anything. And those are two problems that we have too. But I promise you, consistency, commitment, and patience, those three personality traits are going to take you anywhere that you want them to take you in your entire life. You will achieve everything, and your life will be easy. Your life will be simple. If you stop worrying about time and instead just focusing on pouring your attention and your energy into what it is that you love to do or that you need to do, your life is about to change. If you're seeing this and you fully understand what I'm saying to you right now, your life is about to change, because mine is changing. Big time. Things are changing for all of us. There's this great bonding, this great elevation that's happening right now, and it's beautiful. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. So, much love to you guys. Thank you for watching today's video. In the description below this video, there is a link to our Discord server, The Conscious Path, put together by some really amazing people. If you want to speak to me and other like-minded individuals, that is the place for you. It's a great place. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Much love. Peace out.